We're waiting
All
for
right.
you, Judy.
You're fine, you're fine.
Take your time.
Stop it. Stop walking fast.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start with websites just because that all changes tomorrow. So who has not downloaded your Playster site yet? Does it? Okay.
It needs
so, So that needs to happen today. So if everyone wants to go to MyKW, I'll walk you through how to do that.
Do I need to? Like,
If you don't want the
Okay.
content that's on your Playster site, no, you do not have to download it. This is just if you have content on there that you want to save.
Okay.
So you don't have to, but I will show you how to if you want to. So the first thing you're going to do is go to MyKW. Go over to this technology tab, and then KW websites. Is anyone actually doing it right now that wants me to slow down, or do you just want me to show you how to do it? It's pretty simple once you get into it.
Right now.
Okay, then I'll wait. You're fine.
I don't really have one, so I don't need it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I don't think you ever set yours up, did you?
That's me too, I don't have it.
Yeah.
Waiting.
And after this, I'll show you how to go through the Kelly guide for the new agent websites through command.
Okay, where did you say you got your mic?
So MyKW
Technology.
is technology tab, and then KW websites.
Okay.
Everyone's caught up? All right, so once you go there, it's going to take you to this tab, and you say, go to my website. Okay.
Yeah, docs.
And then this should be the first thing that comes up. So it's basically telling you you need to download your website or else it's going to be gone tomorrow. So if you want to keep your site, I'm assuming they're going to ask you, yep, they're going to ask you to pay for the premium version. Unless you get leads from your Playster website, I would not recommend it. If you are using the Playster website at a high level and you get leads from it, I would recommend paying for it for a little bit. But if you don't really use it that much, I wouldn't pay for it. I would go to these 4 dots. I guess that's not 4. Go to the square. Go to the square and go to sites. And then hit this download button over here. Have you guys done this yet? Do you want to?
Yes.
I guess
For the sake of doing it, it's fine.
I'm gonna download to this computer, but
It doesn't matter.
so it just exports a zip file. Yeah.
If you never set it up, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it if you never set it up.
It's mainly only if you have like a bio and things like that that you want to
Yeah.
transfer over. Blog.
Does anyone have any questions on how to download it? And then for everyone that's going to be watching later, this is your Playster sites goes away tomorrow. So from what I heard is you can still download it, but you're going to have to deal with Playster's customer service. So if you want to download this content, I would recommend doing it today before it goes away, so you don't have to deal with customer service. Okay, so I'm going to go back into command. And this is where you're going to set up your new agent website through command. So down here at the bottom, with the sites tab at the very bottom left, I know some people it still says landing pages, but
Okay.
sites and landing pages, it's the same thing as you say landing pages. Yeah. So you go to sites, and then down here at the bottom left, learn more with Kelly guides. This is where you're going to walk through this Kelly guide. It only takes about 15 minutes. If you have any questions going through this, feel free to reach out. I know there's some There's one thing that Jay Cermak, I was talking to him this morning. He's like a tech guy with KW. He was saying that there's like an error message sometimes where you have to put in like an SEO description like multiple times on each custom page. So if you have an error message like that, feel free to call me or email me and I can walk you through it. So other than that, the Kelly Guide's pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. And these will be live tomorrow. So if you want to, you can do these today. You don't have to do them today. You can do them whenever, but these new websites are going to be live tomorrow. The way that Jay kind of explained it is this new website, it's going to be like the new consumer app, just in a browser. So this is basically going to be the same layout as the new consumer app that's coming out next year at some point. So everything for your clients is going to look the same, which is why they're kind of doing everything in Command. So everything looks the same for your clients.
John, the last meeting you were kind of iffy whether the websites were going to be valid, or
Yeah.
do you have any more information on that?
I think they're going to be good, honestly. So this first, they call it like first phase or something like that. You have like 3 custom pages. They will be adding more. So just like Command, this is going to have different phases and it's going to get better each time.
Yeah.
You just have to be kind of patient with it. I would expect some glitches at the beginning with these new websites. I mean, they're brand new, they come out tomorrow. I wouldn't expect these to be completely perfect.
But they've had some betas on them, haven't they?
What's that?
They've probably had some betas on them.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Yeah.
Sorry.
Welcome.
Like,
Any questions about websites?
sorry.
What do I do?
I know. I'm like, oh my God, she's in my seat. It's a great seat. I don't know.
Dawn is a creature of habit.
Dawn, do you know how to go through the Kelly Guide for the new agent websites? And Command?
I can figure it out. We do not need to delay for me.
I'll show you real quick. So
It's easy.
Seriously,
it's
I can
gonna
figure it out.
it's
Let's-
It's
Command,
just 2 buttons when you-
sites at the bottom left,
Okay.
and then it'll say learn more with Kelly Guides. And
Okay.
you just walk through that. If you have any questions, call me or email me, and I can help. All right,
Get out.
ready?
Hi, Penny. You came for the important stuff, Dawn.
I did. Dawn got some compliance stuff to take care of. So she can get paid.
Who has been in here and has been in and done opportunities and submitted to compliance through opportunities? A few? Okay. Does anybody just have opportunities going? Haven't really figured out how to do compliance yet? And who's been using DocuSign? Oh, hurts. Okay. All right, I will start with showing you guys, there's 2 ways you can plug in your opportunities. John, I might use your email on one of these.
And an opportunity is another
Your opportunity, think of it as your loop.
boot.
Yep.
Right.
Your loop and dot loop.
Yep.
So I'll use Aaron as an example here, but. So if you already have a contact that's in here, they're getting ready to sell or buy, you can click on them, pull their little contact card up here. There's a spot over here that says opportunities. You simply create an opportunity and plug in the right data, would be the word. I haven't fully gotten to discuss this with Jacob and Pam yet, but this is going to be the important part that's helping Pam right now. I've been putting the listing or the address in here, so my stuff right now kind of looks like that because Pam can't look your people up by last name. She looks them up by address for compliance. So you can ask her, I don't know what she prefers, but make sure there's an address in there so she can find it.
So what are you
She said
doing?
to use address to name it.
Okay.
So are you doing listing or purchase? Like,
Yep, so if you click on this and you change it to a buyer, it'll automatically, it'll automatically change this. It'll say Thomas/buyer. So if I'm keeping this as buyer, I want to change it.
Now, question, in dot loop, different people can put the same, multiple loops for the same address. Is this going to allow that too? Like if somebody else in our office was on the other side of the transaction?
Yes, so theirs would just say, so if I had the buyer, BJ's would say 311 Fiona dash listing. You can type in whatever you want in there. It will allow it. You have an opportunity for custom tags. So far, I've only used buying and seller. That is up to you and how you want to customize that.
Question.
Answer.
On these opportunities, are they, like, if you're the buyer and I'm the seller, if you're the buyer's agent and I'm the listing agent, like, are we sharing the opportunity?
You can collab, well, I'll get
Okay.
there.
I think that was kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Getting that sense of what
You only have to fill out these things that have the little red stages. So most of the time, if I'm just filling them in and they're in they're just in a showing phase, I'm not putting these things in, possibly time frame for 3 months at a budget. The opportunity phase is where they're going to plug in at. So if they're currently an active buyer and they're going around and they're showing, it'll plug them into the right section for when you go to opportunities, you know where to find them. If you were on a team, Tracy, this is for you. Down here where it says assignees, it's got BJ's name. I want to add my name so it'll automatically file that person in with
I don't
mine.
see that, I'm trying to find that.
Are you under your team tab?
Where would the team tab be?
Up
I
top.
don't see a team tab.
Up here, see where my mouse is, where it says select team?
I don't see anything there.
All right, we'll talk
To
with
the left of the bell.
To the left of the house.
Marketplace.
It says marketplace.
Oh, maybe you're not set up as a team yet?
I don't know, maybe that's,
That may be that you guys might not be, since he's new, you might just still be individual. But when it comes time, this will pop up for you and you'll be able to file Brady in. And it'll pop up that person under his own,
it's like my husband should be on here too.
yes.
Okay. So that's why I don't see it. Maybe it's just not so.
Okay. So if you go straight to your opportunities, you can have people this way as well. You can click on any point of this, but you'll go up here to the right, click create opportunity, and you'll plug in the same information. You just search for your client here.
They have to be in contacts first?
Yes, they have to be in your contacts first for them to file in.
So part of my problem is that how do we, at what point do we make an opportunity?
If you got a buyer and you're out showing that person, put them in as an opportunity.
Every single person that I'm showing houses to goes in as an opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Because you're gonna have their email and their phone number, and even if you don't file them all the way through, if you don't sell them anything, you're gonna use your marketing through this. You're gonna start sending emails and things like that, and it'll automatically go to them because they're already in your database.
okay, that's
It's
the
just
missing
a-
link. I've been trying to figure out at what point
It's
do
just
they
a
jump in
good
there as an
habit to
opportunity?
just continually put people in here. So if you're out showing somebody, put them in as an opportunity. If you somehow lose them, it's okay. They're still in your database, you can still market to them.
But you leave them in there as an opportunity.
Yeah, as long as they're still,
What about when they're no longer looking and they've given up?
you have
Never
an
happens,
option
but
here
just in
to where
case.
you can click lost, you can go under their card and click lost opportunity.
And
It'll
it'll-
file them out, but they're still in your database.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying.
So does this give you like a pipeline then, once you have it?
That's cool.
But you don't want to have your whole database in this.
No.
Just those active people.
Just those people that you're talking to, actively talking to. All right, so this is under listing. So let's say if I wanted to file in, this is my friend Adam. It already knows that I have Sarah in as his spouse, so it's automatically going to pull her up. She's a co-seller, so I can add her in here. So when everything goes through and I need to send them things, she's automatically on that opportunity. I'm going to change their opportunity name to their address and leave it as a listing. Their sellers. and I'll put them in as, I've scheduled an appointment with them, and they're ready to go. The estimated listing price will just kind of help you, it kind of gives you a net sheet once you fill up their cards, so you can kind of get an idea of commission and what their stuff looks like. Questions on entering opportunities? Got it? Okay. I'll use BJ. Okay. So these 5 things are your automatic stages. So you have a cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed. You simply drag and drop everybody for wherever they are. So if BJ's in negotiating phase, I can drag him there. If he's under contract, I can drag him up there and find him here. So this is kind of your pipeline done. Everybody that you're talking to is going to pop up in your appointment stage, active stage, cultivate stage, and you're going to keep them track them by listing or buyer. Once somebody is wanting to do, if you have somebody that is wanting to put in an offer or wants to do their listing contract, maybe? Does everybody know where to find how to get to DocuSign through all this? Okay.
No.
Okay. So I clicked on BJ's card. This is what comes up for their details. You're going to click on Documents.
How did you get their detail again?
Just simply click on whoever it is on your opportunity. So you have to have somebody in as an opportunity to be able to click on.
Okay, gotcha.
I did too many things.
Can you put them automatically in closed status, or do you have to run them through?
Yeah, so
for the
like,
stuff that we just closed.
yeah, everything that I've been filing through, actually the most that you can do is under contract, I think, and then you'll have to go in and file them into closed. But as you're putting their information in for everything, I've been doing that, everything in the past year.
Okay.
So what's the advantage of doing that?
Mine is more of a, making sure that I have everybody in and updated in my database. But
In your database. So I mean, why couldn't you just update it in your database without having to put,
it's keeping track of my GCI.
okay. But you didn't download all your documents or anything like that? You just,
I'm simply going in and filing what they sold for, where their address is, and filling out their contact card, basically.
okay, so as a closed opportunity?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, because that's going to generate reports at the end of the year.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
When it does GCI, does it automatically like do the $20 royalty on it, or is it just tracking GCI? Do you know?
That stuff, I haven't sat down with Jacob yet, so I'll show you guys what that kind of looks like when I get to one. But there is a commission spot that'll pull everything up. Yay, okay. So when you get here, you go under Documents. There's this tab for Start a Transaction, and you have to have your DocuSign account already linked to Command. Otherwise, this won't work. But you go in, have your DocuSign account already linked, you click Start a Transaction. It's automatically going to take you to your DocuSign. start you what they call a room. So your room is your loop under the actual signature of DocuSign. So it took me a minute to learn all this stuff, but DocuSign's a little bit different than .loop. We do not have templates in yet, right? Okay. So the office is working on filing you guys in templates, so when you guys went into .loop right now, you already have your listing forms and your disclosures and everything's in there. You can just tap through and it automatically knows where to put signatures, initials, and everything. They're working on that. But for right now, you kind of have to do it yourself. It takes a little bit, but
Who's working on that?
John, Jacob, and Megan.
Okay, because it's not standard everywhere, you have to take our specific
Correct.
documents to do
Yeah,
that.
wasn't it filing in Chicago's?
Yeah,
Just
so
not
some
ours?
of the bigger market centers have it.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on DocuSign.
Yeah.
Oh, to make those accessible to you.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, and how are we supposed to name the room?
You can change, this by changing this.
So it automatically comes in that way?
Mhm.
So when it says that you can, bring things over from .loop,
Mhm. I have not tested that yet, so mine currently has a,
that's kind of cool.
well, it did. I don't know where it went, but I had a thing up top that said, start your download through .loop.
Mine didn't.
It just popped up today, so it might not be
Yeah,
for
mine's
everybody
on
yet,
there
but,
It works the same way. It
Okay.
just
I haven't tested it yet because honestly, BJ's linked to like 3 different ones, and if I click it and something bad happens, I don't want like 9,000 documents in there, so I haven't clicked mine yet.
Fear-
Try it on
fear
my
of
skin
click.
ticks first.
Fear of click, yes.
So, sorry about this room.
You're
So
okay.
the room is like the name of the loop.
Yes, your room is your loop.
Okay.
And they told us it's supposed to be named
The address,
of
right.
the property.
Yes.
Does it really matter though? I mean, because she's not checking compliance in here, she's checking it in command, right?
But it pulls it up
Yeah,
as the
it
name
pulls
of the
it
property.
from
Okay.
command. It pulls that name from command.
So it does. I mean, this is, yeah.
And if they're matching, it probably just makes your life easier. So in order for all of this to go out for signatures, how do I want to do this? Go ahead, June.
I'm sorry.
You're good. That's why we're here.
Okay, so it just dawned on me.
I just don't understand why nobody else has questions.
I know.
I feel like you and I are just having a conversation here.
You're answering, you're asking.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, okay, cool.
So, okay, so .loop. Right now, everybody in our board has .loop, and we can see the loops that other people put in.
If they share it with you, correct.
Right.
Which is also a pain in the butt.
Okay.
Or if it's marked as an active listing, you can find it.
Yeah.
Right, right. So I mean, you really can see what other people put in.
Correct.
But, so how about DocuSign? Is that going to be the same way?
I don't think so. John, can you speak to that?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's the same.
So every office will have to have put in their own, it's almost like .loop is a cloud
Mhm.
out here that everybody can kind of access that cloud, whereas is DocuSign that?
DocuSign's a cloud, but nobody else is using it.
And that's the point, we're
Now.
trying to keep it
Yeah.
within Keller so no one sees all of our, right?
We're trying to keep it out of
To an
.loop.
extent, yeah.
We're trying to keep it
Correct.
out of .loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're trying to keep it out of the wrong hands. However, that doesn't mean that other agents, it's bad with other agents.
Correct.
It's companies. So so let's say the board switched over to DocuSign,
Mhm.
then would we still have the same, you know what I'm saying? Then
We could share.
We could share.
Yeah, you can share. I don't know if it has the ability to, like in .loop, when you go in and you file in a listing, and it automatically says this listing's with,
I think it does.
with Dawn Peters. I just haven't tested it yet, so I can't speak to that, but.
Okay, because I know behind my loops, I always put JG, because sometimes things will come up, and I'm sitting there thinking, which one is mine?
Yeah.
And so that's why I've gotten to do that. So that's why I was, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
So far, mine has just been, it's just been mine, but
Yeah.
that's because I only have like 4 things in here, so.
And then Donna says like she downloads everything as a PDF and sends it off. So she's not sharing anything through DocuSign with other agents.
Oh. And then they have to, but then they load it up.
Yeah.
And put it in DocuSign.
In,
so-
in Dalup.
In Dalup,
Yeah. But they don't have access to our clients' our clients' information isn't
Oh,
out
gotcha.
in.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Zillow.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay, so how, the office has gone through under command and put blank documents in for all of this stuff. So if you need a lead-based paint disclosure, you just click on this and they have one in there. So how I've currently been doing this is I have these already downloaded, which is your download button is what looks like I thought it was just a trash can, it confused me at first, but this is your download button.
We should give them feedback. It kind of looks like a trash can.
So you're back on command now?
Yep, this is on
Oh.
command.
I'm in the room.
And all of these have, well, except for your MLS agent full, but all the ones that are underlined have that blank document in there, so you can download them. DocuSign makes this pretty easy. Oops. Yeah, so you can go through there, or you can grab your PDF and just drag and drop.
Once you have this completed, does it automatically link back to command, or do you have to?
I'll show you. I'll show you. So to rename these things, it's as simple as that. So you just click on it, click your document actions, and rename. If you have just one thing that needs to be DocuSign, it's simple. You can do it there, or you click your check mark and then click your pen. Your pen is your signature for your DocuSign answer.
Your people, do they come over, or do you need to add them?
Your people, you'll have to add.
So if I have them as sellers in command, they don't automatically come over here?
Not yet.
Huh? Say that again?
We have to add our contacts, our people.
Yeah, you'll
right
have to
there.
add your person. So like if I needed you to sign this, I have to go through and add you, well, it's an invite as a person. I have to invite you to the room.
Are they gonna fix that? I thought they were supposed to put all
I
our
think-
contacts in command.
I think they're gonna, I'm sure that's been a feedback already.
Do you know, John?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Are they going to get to a point where we will be able to have our people in the opportunity and command, and then it'll just automatically bring them into the DocuSign room?
I'm not sure, honestly.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Can we check KW ideas or whatever that?
KWRI?
Whatever that.
Do you know how to get there?
It's
We gotta-
in the thing, right?
Hit the question mark at the top right.
So sometimes you want the middle
And
initials.
then you can post an idea right there where it says post an idea. Or you can find all the actual ideas by, go and type in ideas.kw.com and see if that,
Because if it's in there already, I think you can like upvote it or something.
you can vote it. Yeah, you can vote for them. So yeah, it's ideas.kw.com and you can search for it.
All right, I'll do that.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay. To send out for signatures. You're gonna click this, click your DocuSign. It's gonna take you to what it calls an envelope. And if you have multiple documents in there, if you click them all, they'll all show up right here, but this is where you add your people. So if I needed BJ to sign and Jacob to sign, I'll add both of them. And then I click next. This is just gonna take some practice with everybody to figure out where everything is, but Once you get it, it's pretty easy. So because I've got 2 people in here, this is where you're assigning. So if I need BJ to sign or if I need Jacob to sign, and they put them as different colors to make it a little bit easier, but if I need BJ to sign here, and Jacob to sign there. Date signs.
Will it say their name?
It'll say whatever it is that how they can do it themselves, so they can use their finger or whatever, or they can just pick up signature.
I
But
know,
you're gonna
but
file
for
in-
signed, how do they know?
You're gonna file in, I guess not for lead.
In dot loop, it says Dennis, sign here, or whatever, and this just says sign.
Oh, you mean when it sends to them? Yeah, it'll tell them, it won't even show this other person when they sign. It'll only show for that person. So if I send this to BJ right now, it'll only show that number 1 for him to sign. It won't
okay.
even show Jacob's.
Okay.
Any questions? This was a lot. My first offer that I wrote took 45 minutes because I had no idea how to do it. But now it takes me like 10 minutes. So.
Yeah. I think, so, like I put in a contact as a seller,
Mhm.
and then what do I do to get to the DocuSign?
So do you have them in as,
The contact.
okay, do you have them here yet? Do you have them in as an opportunity? So if they're in as a contact already, you can go over here to the left and go to your opportunities. And then just click create opportunity.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And you have the ability to change all this stuff too if you guys want. There's an edit stages, so if you really want to get in and make it your own, and if you have different stages for your people, you can do that. This is pretty much it for the signatures for dot loop. Once you're done, I'm gonna go to one that I have some.
Now, does an email come back to you when somebody has signed it?
I think so. Honestly, this is all under BJ, so anything that does, everything goes to him. But I'm pretty sure it does tell you when they sign.
Is there a DocuSign app?
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
There is,
Okay.
yeah.
On DocuSign what?
App?
Yeah.
I use the dot loop app all the time, so I was just curious.
Okay, Don. As soon as I'm ready for it.
So just like with Document, you still have the option of exporting from or importing from another source.
Yeah.
We don't have to go out and include all of these initial here. Just like we were setting the client, just point, say initial.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, if you want to
and
do in
upload.
person and then upload it, yes. Okay, so I've already submitted this, but this is where, so if you're in here and you need to add your non-exclusive buyer rep, you're gonna go to add a file,
He's not like when we did it in paper.
and if it's already downloaded, you can just drag and drop.
I never was that.
Because that was
You're
nice.
sitting there with them.
Yeah, it's much nicer. Jesse, do you know if they're gonna have the in-house signing, you know, like Dotloop has? Instead of uploading all the documents, you know, like, instead of signing in person, you know, the signing on the computer and then letting the other person sign?
I don't know the answer to that.
It just saves on.
I never used the in-house signing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never used that.
I haven't either.
I've seen the button for it, but.
Me too.
I like saving trees.
Yes, you do. You do a very good job of it. Your job is on point, by the way. I appreciate it.
John, why is this not pulling
I'm
up my?
recovering OCD.
DocuSign option.
Does it need to be, what are you trying to find?
There's an option when you do this that has, it was there this morning. Has one that says upload and has one that says DocuSign.
My command's not working.
Your command's not working. Apparently neither is mine. All right, well, while we wait for this, who has questions? Who has more questions? Yes, Jeannie.
There are some givens, you know.
Raise your hand high and proud.
Yeah. So with Dotloop, I kind of use it as put everything there and I've got everything in one place on my files. But I keep two that are just for compliance and then have other ones that won't get seen. Is that the same thing with DocuSign?
So you have two different loops, is that what you're saying?
No, it's just the files. Instead of me keeping all my files in personal files, I load everything to .loop so that everything is in one file.
Yeah, so your rooms will hold all of your documents, whatever you want to put in there. Doesn't
Okay.
have to be compliance related either. The only thing that has to be compliance related is everything that you file in here onto command.
So you choose what you want.
Yep,
But you could also store them here in command instead of DocuSign if you wanted.
correct. So like to keep it here, I make a new folder for my people that's inspections. So that my inspections are here and in a folder and I don't have to go to DocuSign and look up an inspection.
Oh, because, oh geez, Gina.
So you keep it all under command? That
Command.
certain-
Technically, I keep it under both.
Okay,
I just like things in every place, so,
so you have backup.
yes.
So command, okay, so right now, we're using .loop as command and DocuSign.
Yes.
And now,
You're kind of splitting.
DocuSign really is for our compliance.
DocuSign is for your signatures. Command is for your compliance.
I was just gonna say it was the opposite.
Could we skip DocuSign altogether if we just had everything like Dennis said?
Yes.
Like,
That's why you still have the option for .loop.
okay. So if
Okay.
we had everything, all the files, we could just upload them, because compliance is all done in command.
Okay, I was twisted.
Yep.
Okay.
No, command is for your compliance. This just makes it easier on Pam and Megan when they go through and they need to look at your compliance stuff. What is exactly is needed there is there.
I know I'm not supposed to be asking. I'm always getting asked if, once I approve a document, how do they know it's been approved? And I tell them they have to go back in and look at their opportunities. There's no email sent
Not
out.
yet.
No.
Command doesn't give you alerts.
Yeah.
They're still working on that because there's so many things that are connected to command. They don't want 50 different programs sending you alerts. So they're still trying to work on how they want to update everyone or alert everyone. They just don't want all these different apps basically on command, which is the platform, to update you every single time something happens.
Okay.
So they're still working on that.
So right now, you actually, don't you send out an email that says it? No. Oh, that's what.
I send out
There's
emails
a
to the
check.
checks
Yeah, thank you,
already.
thank you.
Important stuff.
Yeah. So rooms is, you can have several different rooms, they're just file names.
Yeah, so basically
They're
room
just file
is your
names.
loop. So each loop is like 1, 2, 3 Main Street, whatever.
Okay.
That's the same thing as your room.
Okay.
You'll have multiple rooms. Your room is the same thing as the actual loop. It's each transaction.
Hearing.
Right, except you'll only have one room per transaction.
Correct. Same as
Okay.
you would only have one.
But you
loop
can have
per
more
transaction.
folders.
Folders, right.
Underneath that.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Got it.
All right, I don't know where it's at, but when you, I don't know why it's not on here. I just did it like this morning, but when you're in here and you're clicking to add a file, so if I need to add a purchase agreement, there's an option between a regular file, like where you drag and drop, or you can browse your folders. There's DocuSign option. When you click DocuSign, it pulls, it's connected to that room, so it pulls all of the files that you have. So if you have it labeled in their purchase agreement and it's done, click your DocuSign, select your purchase agreement, and it files it in there for you.
Mine gives you the option of manual or DocuSign.
Okay, so yours is working.
Yeah.
I don't know why mine's not working, but. Which is super nice. To submit to, for compliance, after all of your stuff is in here that you need to have in here, there's a button up here that'll say submit to MC. Click it and it goes straight to Pam.
Do you have to click the folders that you want to be submitted?
Yeah, you'll pretty much just work under contract or your listing, and then you're closed, because you'll need to upload your settlement sheet as well.
No, as soon as you submit it, honey, it submits all the documents you uploaded into there.
Yep.
If that's what you're asking. You don't have to do them individually, it just,
Right, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so if
like
I'm-
under contract is one folder that
Correct.
will send everything over. Same thing with consultation or closed. So once you click on that one, then you can submit, and all the files within that folder will be submitted for review.
Just like that loop,
Yep.
because you can have multiple folders, but only two that need to go to review.
Yeah, so when I hit submit to MC, it's everything that I've uploaded, it's only gonna send that to Pam. Questions on compliance? And how to submit, and how to put your files in there. If you're still using .loop, you can connect your .loop now with command and file it that way. If you have them signing, you can upload everything and file it in that way. You have all the options. We just aren't using .loop anymore
As an office.
as an office. We don't recommend it.
There's only one person in town that I know of that uses DocuSign.
Oh yeah, I've had quite a few people use DocuSign.
I've only got something JP.
Joe Reed uses it.
Through your command website, you can set it all right through there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
will you show them real quick? how to do
Yeah,
that?
if you need
And
to,
go to
if you need to do your DocuSign, go to your, up here, click on your settings. And then all this
Are
stuff
there
that's your, huh?
On integrations?
Yeah, all your integrations, there's a, right here for DocuSign, and you just, it'll have a connect,
So that settings tab, that's how you connect every
everything.
app, every integration. That's how you connect everything to command. So you can connect your calendar.
MailChimp, Facebook,
Gmail.
Gmail.
So are they gonna take that MailChimp off, or are they hoping to still?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. I haven't heard much about that.
John, do you know if it syncs contacts back to Google?
Google?
Because you can connect your like Google Calendar.
I haven't seen that. Will you scroll all the way down, see if it's in there?
Because like my CRM, I have a Google Sync button on it.
Yeah.
And so anytime I add somebody to my database, like they show up in my phone book.
Huh.
So
I haven't seen that down.
Okay. I'll add it to ideas.
Yeah. Search for it first, see if
Yeah.
there's already one, and then go for it.
What was the other thing we said? People
Have the command contacts added
Yeah.
to the rooms automatically. Which is gonna save a tremendous amount of time.
And also the thing that you use that nobody else does.
The in-house signing.
In-house sign.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll ask it since I use it.
So that's just instead of writing it on paper, they sign it.
It's so much
right
easier.
there.
You should be able
Yeah.
to search on DocuSign and see it.
Questions? Need me to go over anything again?
God, is there an MRAD app?
No, unfortunately. Is there?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's,
For MRAD?
yeah, Connect MLS. I mean, I guess it's just a link to the mobile browser.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So not technically an app, but
You can make it a bookmark.
Any other questions on anything? Website questions, anyone?
Not until we get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Thank you, guys.
get into opportunities or you get into command, you get confused, stop by my office. I've done it a lot now, so. When it works, it's nice. And if you get into DocuSign and you go, I have no idea what I'm doing, come to my office. It's okay.
All right, thank you, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse.
You're welcome.
Thank you.